Hi everyone, we have with us Grandmaster Sergei Movsesian. He is one of the official commentators at second Dole Trophy Pasino Grand X. Movesesian is a former world top 10 player. His peak rating was 2751, world number 10. Before we delve deep into your career, first we would like to know your experience about commenting at this event.
Hello everyone, thanks for reminding nice parts of my career. Yes, I'm here for a second time already. Last year was invited also by the organizers, so I really like the place, which is quite obvious, otherwise I wouldn't be here again. But in any case, this is one of the nicest tournaments I have been around. Also, I'm not playing this time, but actually commentating maybe makes it even more interesting for me.
So you are such a strong player, and the field is very strong. So how do you assess the overall strength of this field?
I think maybe the top is in open tournaments. Sometimes it happens that the top seeds are around 2700s, but here we can see also the big group of young players with ratings which are not yet so high, but we do see the future of chess, I believe, and the tournament is extremely tough. I think that all rating favorites, they already felt how difficult it is to get through this field, and yeah, we will see how it's gonna go. I myself would be quite happy to be on online boards as a player.
Well, you have played and won many tournaments, but first let's start with the World Championship. I think in 1997 you reached the quarterfinals, and you got eliminated by Vladimir Akopian, and then you played 3 more World Championships after that. So if you could share your experiences in those World Championships.
It was 1999, if I'm not
Sorry,
mistaken.
yeah,
yes, in Las Vegas. Yes, but that was my best result. Well, World Championships generally they were knockout system. Nowadays World Cup format, so it's slightly different. Of course, I guess that classical World Championships we do believe that it's what is more difficult, of course. So knockout formats I always enjoyed, and I always did look forward for that, because also it was a bigger chance for bigger number of players. Yeah, Las Vegas was very nice, and was maybe with a little bit of more luck I could go further, but that's how knockout format works.
So you have represented 4 countries in your career, like Czech Republic, Slovakia, Georgia, and Armenia. Recently, Armenia is your ancestral country. So if you could share like how easy or difficult it has been to represent 4 different countries in your career.
Of course, it's not a very usual thing, but somehow, in my case, I can't say it was completely natural. But I grew up. I was born and grew up in Georgia as an Armenian. So quite logically, when I started my chess career, I represented Georgia, but at some just junior events in '93, I believe it was my last '94. Yeah, '94 World Juniors, and then actually with my family we moved to Czech Republic, so it was also quite natural in a way after that to play for the country. I still live in Prague, in Czech Republic since then, but at some point it became very, very complicated for me to travel, because I couldn't obtain a Czech passport. I wouldn't fulfill all the requirements, so Slovakia, which was a country where I played many tournaments as well, and have very good ties, connections till now, because I was a team captain or coach and team captain of Slovakian Open national team till from 2019 till this year. So I obtained the Slovakian passport and Slovakian nationality, so logically, or it may not sound like this, but I represented Slovakia as well. And in 2011, we as the situation in Slovakian Chess Federation changed a bit, and Armenia, which is a country of where my ancestors come from, so almost all my family is Armenian. So I had the possibility to return to play for Armenian national team, which was extremely strong already back then, and. So one could say another logical move, and but it seems that this account is gonna stop on this and for many reasons.
You won the Czech Championship back in 1998. So if you could share some memory from it.
Oh, quite a while ago, that's true. But the thing is that these tournaments, they were not always all the top players played. It was a rather strong tournament. So I remember that it was maybe till now one of my best tournaments in terms of like a perfect tournament performance, because I won many games, and actually some games I have to admit I did want to share to save some energy, so there were rather shorter draws in a couple of cases, but mostly the games I wanted to push for a win, they did end up in my favor. So I could say that hardly can remember any tournament close to this from a point of perfection, let's say.
In 2002 and 2007, you won the Slovak Championship, and in 2002 also you won the European Blitz Championship, I think. So if you could share something from those events.
Oh, that was a very interesting year, because actually I freshly changed federation to Slovakia, and actually my first official event, I think under the Slovakian flag, or one of the first ones, was the European Blitz and Rapid event in Crete, and it was a nice one. Even in Rapid, I shared first, second, so got the silver medal as well there. Definitely something to remember. Of course, again, it was one of the first European championships of this format, so maybe the field was not that strong compared to nowadays. But still, a gold medal does count, and I'm thankful actually for the list, because I'm starting to forget some things which were quite a while ago.
You won several tournaments, a strong tournament in Karlovy Vary, Czech Republic, Chigorin Memorial in 2007, and most importantly, back then it was called Chorus. Chorus was the sponsor, I think, Vaikanzi, and you finished full point ahead of Etienne Beccaro and Nigel Short in that event. So, how are those experiences?
Well, playing in Vike is an exceptional experience for any chess player, I would say, and I was very happy to get an invitation, even though that was a big group, or let's say kind of we can call it challengers group. The field was very strong. Didn't really expect much or I can't say that I did expect that I could be the winner of this tournament, but the tournament unfolded in a very preferable way for me, and at the end of the day I managed to qualify for the A group, which is probably a dream of every chess player to take part in such an event, and that was also a very nice experience. Managed to actually fight for first place till the very end, even in the A group, and finished half point behind the winner.
That's fantastic. You won silver in European individual after playoff in 2008, and in 2013 you became champion. If you could share something from those events.
Silver. I think that silver is the best I got.
Okay,
the second one is 2013. I was not that successful at some other event, but Plovdiv was. It was actually more or less the same period of time you mentioned, Vaikanze and for instance Chigori Memorial, Karlovy Vary. I had the streak of very good results, and I actually enjoyed chess. I still do, but of course back then it was also connected with successful playing, and the tiebreak for European individual championships was very intense. I think I had to win 3 matches to become second in the because the winner was already determined after the main event. So yeah, also another nice memory from individual events. Definitely some things which I still sometimes am reminded, and quite nice, of course, to mention this shortly.
And in 2009, you reached your peak rating 2751 and world rank number 10. So can you tell us, like, how did you achieve that? Like, who were your seconds or your trainers, or were you working on your own?
Actually, throughout my career, I did, and probably was a bit of an exception because I didn't work with many people. I generally had a coach in my junior years who did help me to establish myself as a chess player, and to also, as he would jokingly say, he taught me to work alone, because it's one of the most important parts, of course, for a chess player. So I didn't have a regular coach back then, and actually was always a bit of trying to find my own ways in chess, as in opening preparation, also generally. So back then, I have to say that most of the things were maybe even nicer, also because of this, that I felt that I managed to achieve many tournament successes and my peak rating more or less by working myself. Also, that was a big surprise to me, that I wasn't super young at that point. So it was I was around 30, early 30s, but still, usually you don't explode more or less result-wise or rating-wise in this age. But just found some kind of harmony in my chess, and that was very nice, of course. But frankly, I was in top 10 once, but unfortunately didn't manage to establish myself for long term in that company. I kept my rating, say, relatively high, over 2700s for some time, but then it was extremely difficult to keep the rating so high, because I barely had invitations for strong round robin tournaments, and in those I played, my results were not that fantastic anymore. But anyway, I'm thankful for the chance, and it's as you said, it stays in my CV.
Well, I found that you know 8 languages. Can you share which one are those?
I was very lucky to be born in a country where actually several languages were, Tbilisi, my home city, is very very multilingual city. So grew up still in the Soviet Union. So Russian was obviously one of the languages which dominated my childhood, because my education and mostly the books were in Russian. But also, as I mentioned, my family is Armenian, so we used Armenian, and also Georgian was around. Of course, my grandmother was Georgian, so we used all 3 languages from the very start, more or less. So that was probably the reason why I kind of got used to switch between languages quite from an early age. So then I added a couple of them, so English, then after moving to Czech Republic, also of course Czech. Slovakian is a language which is not so much different from Czech, but still slight differences are there. Polish as well, I learned German, and also when I spent quite some time in Balkans, because I was playing for Club Bosna Sarajevo from Bosnia. So the language which is used in Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia, Macedonia, basically all this I don't count them as a separate one, so I take them as one. So more or less this is it. Yes, there are not so many.
So are you were fascinated by different languages, or you had to learn for convenience or something?
No, actually, the only language I seriously learned, like with grammar, everything was English when I was a kid, and I had a huge luck on an English teacher back in Georgia. So she really gave a fantastic basis to my English, and the rest was came natural in a way, because when I was playing tournaments, I just tried to catch up with locals, and somehow it seems that most likely I have some kind of good musical ear, and I hear the correct ways to pronounce things, and probably also a good memory did help. So frankly, I didn't study any other language than English more seriously. So it came with practical use, and mostly with when I was in touch with people.
Your better half, Julia, is a woman grandmaster. So if you could share, like, how did you two meet, and how did everything come together?
It would be very surprising if we didn't meet at the chess tournament,
Okay.
but we did meet at the chess event. And she is originally from Russia, but lives already many years in Czech Republic, and represents Czech Republic as well. So she's a strong grandmaster. Yeah, chess is always around in my life, and my wife and my son Gabriel also started playing chess now, and also enjoys chess events.
Yeah, we see you playing various league tournaments, Germany, Czech, Slovak, and you're also a FIDE trainer. So what else do you do apart from like playing chess these days?
Well, as you mentioned, all the things. Also, so occasionally commentating at events. So time is quite limited. So there is not so much space for other things. But what I like is one of my biggest hobbies also is sports. I like to watch football matches, follow many other European leagues, and ice hockey as well, because it's very popular in Czech Republic, but I did like it even before coming there. So yeah, all six together with I think the 7-year-old son, you can easily find out that the time is sometimes not what I have too much, but I'm trying to. Still my life is quite a lot around chess, and working. Now I'm coaching a little bit more than before, of course, and playing a little less, I would say. Not so many individual tournaments anymore, but still hope to help my teams in various league events.
Since you mentioned football, I think fans would like to know which football team is your favorite or you support.
I think there are two which I can count. So Real Madrid since childhood, and Manchester United in England.
What's next for you?
Next, after this event finishes, I will have some free, finally some free spare time for my family as well. Generally, when you coach, you usually have, if you are in some demands, and of course you cannot really have too much of a free time. Probably we'll go visit after the tournament finishes. We'll go visit a tournament in Pardubice. It's a place where my parents still live, and where I play for the club, and kind of grew up with the tournament. So probably just a short visit, and August will be not so much chess wisely full, but then some events start, some leagues will be kicked off, and so I guess that also from playing point of view, I will have some duties.
Well, before we let you go, we would like to know two predictions. One is Women's World Cup semi-final. Game 2, I think, has started a few minutes ago. So who do you think will win the event?
It's very hard to predict, especially with chess, but all four players are extremely strong. Each of them very different. I would say it's kind of more of experience, maybe on the side of us three participants, and Divya is definitely a new wave there, so we can. Very hard to predict. I would still pick probably Li Tingyue as a favorite for me personally, but these events are extremely tricky, and one mistake, especially at this stage, can be very costly.
And lastly, we are here at second Dole Trophy Open. So who do you think? It's only fifth round is going to start, but still, who do you think can win this event?
I think it's almost anybody. I guess from top it could be a top player, of course. Till now, I think that both both leaders of the tournament, Pavel Elyanov and Vadu Jobava, did show some impressive skills. But as last year's events shows, it can be a huge surprise. Also, I remember I wouldn't most likely bet on Pranesh last year, so very hard to predict. No, sorry. I'm gonna stick to commentating, and we'll hope that we will have an enjoyable rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergei, for your valuable time. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.